Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, we're headed to the Commonwealth cabin. I touched off a little bit of a debate the other day on my Instagram page, on my Facebook page, and I was surprised at how controversial it was. Seemed pretty clear cut to me, and it stems from a Commonwealth picking video from last week, and I want to talk about that and a bunch of cool sales. Let's go take a look. We also have another My Go-To Tape giveaway. We're going to announce that winner today and run another one for next episode. And I sold this, I think it's this one. That's Super Mario Lego too, but this is the one that's sold right here. And it's open and the pieces are in the bag. It is not new, it's not sealed. I got to make sure this is the right one here. 77907, is that what that says? Yep, that's what it says. And it sold pretty good. For just a couple dollar purchase, $36 plus shipping. We're gonna hit 3 more sales really quick, and then we're gonna get into the topic today. Like I said, I was rather surprised at how many people disagreed with me on this one. I occasionally pick up Afghans and granny squares and quilts and stuff, but I don't do it too much because some of them just sit for a long time. But this one, is this the right one? I think it is, but man, I didn't think it was this big. This can't be the right one. Let me find it. All right, I found it. It was underneath that one right there. This is the one that sold, and I didn't pay much for it. I bet I paid $5 at a church sale. I think that's what I paid for it. And that quilt right there sold for $36 plus shipping. So I find it worth. Is that the right one? Am I completely losing my mind here? Peach orange flowers. I think that's it. Right there, $36 plus shipping. It went to Kathleen. She says, "Hi Kevin and clan. Love your videos. I live in Virginia. Says I love in Virginia Beach. I think you meant I live in Virginia Beach and do way more buying than I do selling. Thinking of joining Hoarders Anonymous." Yeah, I kind of get it. I've done pretty good this year. I like to have a backstock for the winter because it slows down around here. And we definitely have a backstock, but it's not as overwhelming as it was last year. Any of you out there feel like a hoarder more than a reseller? That's a problem. You know, I've heard about what do they call it? Something about November. No sourcing November. And you just are going to sell. No sourcing at all for those people that are hoarders out there. This is an Apex figure. I like to find the ones that have multiple, what do they call them? I don't even know what they call them. But their wrists move, their elbows move, their shoulders move. Articulating, that's what it is. And those figures usually do okay. This one is Bloodhound, I think, sold for $11 plus shipping. After a long delay in selling a lot of these G.I. Joe items, relisting them, looking at the comps again, and kind of adjusting the price, retitling, maybe a new picture has really helped them start selling again. And this one right here, this Cobra Claw, I think is what it's called, and it's got a couple of missiles to it and a little, I don't know what that thing is, hatch or something. That one, we adjusted the price down a little bit because the comps were saying it wasn't going to sell very fast at the price we had it at. So for $17 plus shipping. So I came over here and added that $17 plus shipping. Looks like about a $14 after fees, after shipping profit. $3,268 so far out of our $1,040 investment. All right, y'all, this comment came from the comment section of this video. We had already agreed on the price at her sale. And I'm going to read to you the comment that I kind of got thinking a little bit when I started reading this. I'm like, really? I was like, this can't be what most people think, can it? So I screenshotted the comment. I put it on Instagram. I put it on Facebook. I, of course, blurred the name. I usually do that unless there's special circumstances. But, you know, it's a public comment, right? So I am going to read you this comment, and then I'm going to tell you the reaction that I got that was surprising for me. I did not think I would get this reaction. I guess I should give you a little bit of context first here. So I was at a sale, and I saw a bunch of pickers coming out already. It was a reseller rally, so Jimmy was there, and Grams and Pops, you know, Old School Flips, and I think Ken SSK was there. I don't know, there was a bunch of folks that came out of there. And so I'm like, well, what are we going to this sale for? They just came out of there. And so there wasn't much there, obviously. But I did find a tailor-made putter. And it sells for around $40, and they wanted $20 for it. That's to me, that's just too high to flip $20 to make like $15 or something like that. I usually wouldn't do that. but I was willing to pay 10 bucks. So I picked the putter up and I went over to the lady and I asked her, I said, hey, would you guys be willing to take 10 bucks on this? I'm like, I understand if you don't want to, not a problem. You know, they could probably get 20 bucks for it. And she said, well, I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm going to go inside and ask my husband. And I think if I recollect correctly, I went over at that point and set the putter back down for two reasons. One, I was expecting them not to take the offer, to be perfectly honest with you. Plus, we were waiting. We were going to leave that sale, and I had other people with me, and I didn't want to keep them from the next sale since there's so many pickers out there. And so I set it down, and we backed up to the edge of the garage sale, ready to walk out down the driveway. And so a little bit later, the lady came back out and said, yeah, we'll take it. Little black kitty interruption. Come on. Yeah, I heard you. There you go. So as soon as she accepted that offer, I saw somebody pick up because I was going to go pick it up, of course. I saw somebody pick up the golf club, and she saw the guy pick up the golf club as well. And she's like, oh, well, unless you're going to buy it for $20 and then you can have it. Now, she was just kidding. But it got me thinking, and it certainly got this person thinking for this comment right here. And the gentleman, she's like, you know, bidding war or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But she was being facetious. And the gentleman's like, oh, he already bought it. And he put the club, or he handed me the club. I can't remember exactly. I guess I should go back and watch the video. But that's kind of the gist of it, and it led to this comment. The comment said, hey, if he would have paid $20, I'd have sold it to him 100%. And people who say, oh, the deal was done, no, it wasn't. It's not done until the money was paid and he had it in his hands. It was the other guy, it was in the other guy's hands, and he could have paid for it first. And of course, I responded to it just kind of in an innocuous way here. Well, it was just a joke, and I think most people would disagree with this. Once the deal is agreed upon, it's done, in my opinion. So I want to get y'all's opinion on this. So I got Instagram's opinion, I got Facebook's opinion, and I was surprised that like 25 or 30% of people on Instagram disagreed with me. I was shocked, to be perfectly honest with you. And on Facebook, it was more than that. Maybe 40% disagreed with me. That doesn't surprise me too much because most folks over there aren't resellers. But most people who watch this are resellers. You kind of get, you know, you're watching the show for a reason because you're doing the same type of thing, and you know, you garage sale, thrift, and all that stuff. So you have some experience with this. So a couple things first. Anybody who said, you know, you shouldn't have put the item down, that's fine. That's a given at this point. I put the item down for two reasons. I normally wouldn't have put the item down, but I did put that item down. But I thought to myself, I can't tell you how many times I've negotiated a deal for something that's sitting on the ground, or a ton of stuff that's sitting on the ground. And as I negotiated, or if the deal is already done, if somebody came back over and picked it up, most sellers would honor that. So before you start commenting below, this debate is not about whether you should make a pile or how you should secure items or anything like that. I get that completely, and it's a given. And I normally would keep the item in my hand. This is a bit of a different debate here. When is the deal really done? And so a lot of people like this gentleman here, like, you know, unless there's money transacted, it's all fair game and whatever. And I just completely disagree with that. You know, I get the fact that money's transacted here. But to me, if you're dealing with people and somebody makes an agreement, the deal's done. It's done. That's not necessarily lawfully, but ethically, the deal is done. For the record, this gentleman who picked up the golf club did nothing wrong. He was a perfect gentleman. The lady didn't do anything wrong. She was just having fun, saying I'll auction it and whatever. She honored her word. She honored the deal. So I was just incredibly surprised at how many people were saying, no, she had every right to sell it to that guy. And maybe legally she had every right to sell it to that guy. But man, I would have had an issue with that. If somebody, and here's the deal. I offered $10 for it, right? And she said yes. Now, if she had not agreed to it, then of course she can take that offer. Of course she can take it. You know, and that guy has every right in the world to it. But having something in your hand, to me, should not trump somebody's word on a deal. And it didn't in this case, but I was just very shocked at that. Now, I wanted to say a couple more things, because a lot of you who are garage sellers, you've had this happen before. And I saw it at a sale, and it made me kind of, I don't like it very much. I kind of get it, but I don't like it too much. There was a garage sale down at FlipCon that we went to, and there was 3 of us there, and there was a table in the back. They had opened the garage. I can't remember exactly, but a bunch of people went to that table, and there were a bunch of trading cards and collectibles on that table, tons of it. And 4 people were looking at it. And one guy sees it, walks in and says, I want to buy that whole table. And I thought, I don't think I would do that. Now, what I would say is I'm interested in buying that whole table after these people have picked what they wanted. That would be the right way to do it, in my opinion. But what do you think? I think there's people that'll disagree with that as well. I just think that's etiquette. That's just the way you do things out there. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I was a little bit wrong about the response before. And to be honest, I have considered at the time letting that guy have it. And just, you know, if you want to pay her more, you can have it. Because, you know, whatever. I had to travel. It wasn't that big of a deal. But I decided to keep that one. And the way I feel about it, I've actually bought stuff at a garage sale and sold it to people as I walked out. And to me, I don't have a problem with that either. Now, I don't know if you want to rub it in somebody's face at a garage sale, but, you know, I've also given stuff to people as you walk out of a sale, or at least sold it at the same price. And I joke about that stuff all the time. But somebody left a comment I thought was interesting. They were looking at a pile of t-shirts. By the way, this was already priced, right? And so that's kind of different, right? The price is already agreed upon by the seller when they put a price on an item. This person said they were looking through t-shirts and had picked 4 t-shirts out of the pile for $1 a piece. That's how much the t-shirt sign said. And somebody walked up to them walked up, saw the pile of t-shirts, walked over to the seller and said, I want to buy every single t-shirt, and the seller sold it to him. As a seller, I wouldn't do that either. I would say that person already has 4 shirts they've picked out. I would sell it to them. I wouldn't have sold all of them to the other person if somebody was already going through it. So, I don't know. I just think this stuff is intriguing, and I want to know your comments below, and spare me the you should have had it in your hand. Yeah, I get that, right? I get that for sure. I do have this in my hand. Every once in a while we hit on an item that viewers buy, and we bought these last year. My wife did. They're a pain in the butt to ship because there's no box like that, and you got to keep it under, you know, 16 ounces or whatever. But I think she paid $1 for these. They were 90% off. I think that's right. I could be wrong. I'll have to ask her. I wonder if there's a price on it. But either way, we're making a little bit of money on these. And another viewer bought this. I think that's 4 in a row to viewers, and we only got a couple left. It's like the ET pins, and it's like the keychains. You know, the majority go to viewers. So, any rate, this one went to Darlene. Love your YouTube channels. Look at that. You watch Picker and Flipper. By the way, if you're somehow new to this channel and don't know about the Commonwealth Picker channel, go check it out. We also have Garage Sale Nation. We also have the Trash to Cash podcast, but you might not want to check that out. Perfect for Christmas. Thank you thank you to your whole family. What a blessing to be able to work together. Absolutely, for sure. And we thank you for your purchase. I hope you enjoy those window clings. We were never a window cling family growing up, but my wife loves them, and she puts them up all the time on her back windows. Y'all, it is so nice out here. I absolutely love the fall. We had a little bit of a fall in Southern California, but not like this. Look at it, even the spider webs. Pretty cool. All right, I don't know if it's a funny story. I've got a story. This has not happened to me in years. So I sold a jacket. It's a members only jacket, and it's a beige jacket. Sold for $18 plus shipping. So I went inside to check my jacket closet, and it wasn't there. So there's a few other places I check from time to time, just might be there, and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to cancel this order. And I hate to cancel orders because you can only cancel so many. And usually I try to figure something else. I'll ship something else and tell them I'm sorry, refund all their money, or I'll figure something where I don't have to cancel too many because I don't want to lose the top rated seller status and all that stuff. And then I sat down over in my chair over here just to look through and see, did we somehow mess up cross-posting a few months ago or something? And I figured it out. By the way, we have just now started to cross-list again. So we completely stopped. We took everything down off of both platforms. We redid almost the entirety of the eBay store. And now we're starting to cross-list again. And list new items at the same time. So I think my wife started yesterday. She's got 50 items up, and she's going to try to ramp that up. Eventually, we'd like to have our entire store listed on Poshmark and on Mercari as well. So anyway, that's a side note. Here's the story. I looked in eBay solds, and this had sold at the beginning of August right here. And it was returned because it didn't fit. And I had it automatically relisted, but I never put it back in the jacket closet. Now it's all wrinkly, but hey, it's going to go in a bag anyways. And it is a size large. This is not the top of the line kind of stuff. I like the different colors. There are some members only jackets you can get 30, 40 bucks for. And there's some you can get more than that, but they're usually like the bomber style racer jacket with, well, at any rate. This one right here sold for 18 plus shipping, and I'm glad I found it because I've been in a bit of trouble there. Sold a Steve Madden purse. I think I paid $2 for this purse. This isn't a great sale, but it's still okay. This is the one right here. Got listed very recently, and it sold pretty quickly, and it sold for $19 plus shipping. And it sold to Kathy. Kathy had bought something that we shipped out yesterday. I didn't see. Looks like you bought it a day later on this one. I don't really remember, so I apologize. We didn't ship them out together and give you a discount right there. But Kathy, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the purse. Time to give away some tape from Joel over at American Bubble Boy. Some My Go-To tape. Don't forget, use code Commonwealth if you want to try out his tape. I don't think they have the 3-inch available right now, but he's coming out with tape guns. He's coming out with, I think, shrink wrap. And I think next on the list is padded poly mailers. There's all kinds of stuff he's coming out with, and he is just an awesome guy. And he said, give away this tape. So we've been giving away a 6-pack every episode. We're going to continue to do it for a little while. And this 6-pack is going to go to Finds for All Minds. Send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. Send me your information, and we'll ship out your My Go-To tape. Don't forget to tell me in the comments how you like Joel's tape down below. He's, like I said, he's a terrific guy, and he does, you know, he owns his own business, and these are the kind of folks we like to partner with. And he was generous enough to send us this. So thank you to everybody from the bottom of my heart for using that link down there. I appreciate it. I go on and check it every couple of days. And ever since we've been giving away this tape, a ton of folks have said they've bought it for the first time, and I want to get your feedback on it down below. Blue Ridge Mama gives it a thumbs up, since she does over half of the shipping for us. For those of you that ask, basically what goes on in here is I'll do some things that require a little bit of frankenboxing or something like that, and she'll come in and just wipe the rest of the stuff out. That's pretty easy because she ships very quickly. How many of y'all have that arrangement, by the way, where if you're working as a team, and some of you aren't fortunate enough to do that, you have one person do one thing and one person do another because they enjoy it more. And she actually likes to come in here and ship, which is awesome for me, for sure. But then we come in together, we enter the data, print them out, and then put them on the packages together. So I like it. It goes way faster than me doing it because I get distracted. I'll ship something and whatever, and she just boxes it all up, and we do bulk printing. So I want to show you something real quick. I came in here, this little cat over here, and this was down on the ground. Nothing broke, thank goodness. And Barney was knocked over because I left the door open when I went inside to look for this. So there was a little cat up there. Next item I actually can't find as well. So that's 2 items in one day, although I did track that one down. And I've only looked in one spot so far. I sold some spokes. You can check them out right here for $25 plus shipping. I'm kind of under the gun a little bit here today because Turner has baseball game, but he also has pictures before the baseball game. So I'm not going to look around forever in here. I hope it's inside, and I'll let you all know in the next episode. Sold a pair of Pointer brand suspenders, Mountain Man Treasure. That's his drawer, Troy's. And this one, I'm going to double check it in a minute, make sure I have the right one. There's 3 different kinds. They're all pretty much the same, but you know, there's just different markings on each. I've sold Pointer brands like coveralls and overalls, I should say, many times before. But I found these, I think they were $1 a piece. And I'm like, these will sell just like this. This sold for $15 plus shipping. This next item has been in the store a long time, and through the relisting process, we lowered the price on it. The comps were just, they were probably right or close to it when we listed it like 2 years ago, and they just weren't right for a long time. And I'm like, we're dropping this thing down and getting it out of here. Now I just have to find it. It should be in this bin. This is where I put most of the, well, I better shut the camera off. I found it, and it's just a old kind of almost Art Deco-y looking ice crusher. And I remember this sale. It was the same sale where I bought all those keychains. Not the same person, but the same location. And the guy wanted $5 for it, and I was haggling down to $3, and I'm like, this is silly. But I'm glad I did haggle down because it only sold for $15 plus shipping. I think we had it listed for like 22 or 24. And, you know, $3 into 20 sounds like, okay, I can do that. But if I would have known it would have sold for 15, probably wouldn't have bought it because it did take up a lot of space for quite a while. I know the Eagles are super good right now, but I'm still surprised at how quickly this has dwindled down. And the small ones sell better. Carson Wentz jersey for a tutti, a toddler shirt. And that one sold for 24 bucks. And I got it for free. Also sold a hat. And between the sales of hats and getting rid of a few, lotting them up to eventually go on Whatnot or something like that, or bundle them together, the bin has become manageable. Before, if I pulled the bin out like this, all the hats would fall off the back. It was just mounded over up into the top. So at least we can keep them all in one bin. I'm going to continue to sift through these actually and pull. I kept a lot of free list or free shipping hats on there that I still need to go through and pick. Keep some, get rid of some. Alpine Stars hat. And I don't even remember what that is. It says, I have no, racing. Is that a racing hat, y'all? Anyway, it sold for $15 plus shipping. Speaking of the Boss Reseller Remix, if you go over to CommonwealthPicker.com, you can scroll down if you want to attend it virtually. And there's a link down in upcoming events, maybe, I think, over there on CommonwealthPicker.com. And that is coming up. Let's see, this video should come out on Saturday. It should be coming out, let's see, Monday, I think, is the first day, or Tuesday of that event. So here we go. A little gift for you. I feel like I live on an island with no YouTube resellers. You're out there on the Pacific Northwest. I want to let you know you made an impact on my life in an indirect manner. Well, thank you, Matt. That's ABC Matt. We talk about you often. He is in the Trash to Cash Discord. We appreciate you and appreciate your friendship. And he sent me from some sealed VHS. Ooh, I think this is my favorite right there. Fargo sealed. I don't have that one. I don't even know what this is. Duets? I don't have that one either. Very cool. I might have that one. I don't have those two. So, thank you, man. I appreciate it. By the way, as far as folks sending us stuff, I'm going to try to get through these in the next few episodes. I always appreciate it very, very much. Sometimes it just takes me a while to get to them because I don't want to have a whole video of it, and sometimes I forget to put one on every video. So if you've sent me something, we will eventually get to it. John Turner's got to go to his game. He's got picture day today, but he's got a joke for us. What do you got? Some Commonwealth comedy.
What do you call a mischievous chicken?
What do you call a mischievous chicken? I know what I call a mischievous dog. I call him Wallen. What do you call a mischievous chicken?
A practical yoker.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, y'all, we got Reagan out here giving some thank yous. This is just a bunch of names really quick. Sorry if you left a message, but we had literally 100 Cinnamon sticker sales, and we're just trying to get through and thank everybody. A few a day. What do you got?
Jenny, Walt, Jeff, Courtney, Roman, Derek, Robert, Michigan Thrifter Jan, and Preston.
All right, Reagan. Thank you very much.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Figured I'd have a few folks ask me how I packaged this. So first of all, my wife packaged all of that. So I got to give her credit. But I did this one right here. I took a 48 by 4 by 4 box, and I cut it down to 22 inches, which was the length of the shrink, what do they call them? Window clings. And then I folded it over. I cut it down long ways, and then I folded it over, used the scoring tool, scored 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. And I just took 2 little extra pieces of cardboard, cut it down to that length, and folded them over. It took me 4 minutes and 48 seconds. I timed myself. I got it down to 22 inches right there, which means it's not going to have that excess shipping charge on it. If it's, I think 24 is where you start to get that excess shipping charge on Ground Advantage. So shipping on that ended up being $4.41, I think, because it's super light. It's only 10 ounces, 11 ounces. So we're gonna make about a $10 profit on it. Decided I would show you my mess in here. You know what this means? See how the Family Guy stuff is coming out? So this means we're gonna have a Christmas Family Guy whatnot. I think it's October 25th. We're finally gonna get through all the rest of that stuff. So So we're excited about that. Come and join us. We'll have stuff dollar starts over there. Should be a good time. I gotta get working on this a little bit. By the way, if you watched the last Whatnot, people talked about a Blue Ridge Mama After Dark Whatnot, and I'm trying to convince her to do it. So I think she wants to do it. So we will see if that's in our future or not. We really appreciate you. As always, don't forget, if you do for the first time want to go over there and sign up, there's always a link. You can get 15 free bucks. We got some surprises coming up over there. We got some surprises coming up in the cabin on this channel and on eBay here in the coming months as well. Hope your sales are going well out there. At the beginning of Q4, I'd love an update if you'd let me know. It's hard for me to gauge because we had taken everything down and put it back up. Sales seem to be okay. Still a little wavy, if you know what I mean, but seem to be okay. And I just wanted to say thank you to y'all, and I can't wait to see you next time.